Doesn't care.
I've got a goddamn good story about an acid trip I had one time. I just eat acid like twice or something. I've eaten acid like
a million.
Like if you put it all together on a table by the hits, it would be about.
I'm gonna go grab y'all's cigarettes.
I don't know. Like that. It was pretty basic for everybody to eat fucking 5-8 hits of acid. So, we got this one acid one time. I'll never forget. The rest of I can almost, when I start telling the story, I'll start tripping. Because it's that near to my brain. I can remember it like it was yesterday. And this was like 16, 17 years ago. And I had eaten acid twice that week. And I got this one acid, and the guy told me, he said, man, this is a guy that I've been getting acid from forever. He said, dude, try half a hit of this and see what it does to you. And I was like, oh, all right, dude, I will, Doug. Appreciate it. Thanks for the heads up. So, I ate 3.5 hits. Yeah. And my buddy ate 3.5 hits, and my other buddy ate like 2. Curtis and Steve. Steve, God rest his soul. He just died the other day. That was from something totally different. It wasn't from all the acid we ate. Anyhow, I ate this acid, dude. We went to this dried up lake bed, Bear Lake, North Carolina.
Yeah.
There's a dried up lake bed because in the wintertime they drain it.
Yeah.
And so there's like fucking old cars and like old houses and shit underneath of there. So we all went down there, which is a pretty good hike down through there. We got down there and went across a couple of pretty raging creeks and shit. And about then, man, it hit me, dude. I was so fucked up. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, basically. So I found myself laying there in the cold mud going, why the fuck am I laying here in the cold mud? Alright, so I got up and everybody was way away. And I would yell and shine my flashlight and they wouldn't see me, it didn't seem like. So I started panicking. I was like, oh shit, I'm out here. I gotta make it back to the truck. I need to make it back to the truck. So I start going with my flashlight, which is actually one of them you hold. It's like a fluorescent bulb about this long. Well, it was so fucking cold outside. It was literally, dude, it was probably about 8 degrees outside. We'd all dressed for the cold because it was that time of the year. Yeah. And my light starts going out and going dim and shit as I'm trying to find the truck. Well, that like set me off, man. I mean, dude, I ate this acid like 15 minutes later. Yeah, I felt it. It was amazing. It's never like anything I've ever eaten ever again. Anyways, I get up, I finally find the road, and I'm fucked up by this time, dude. I'm totally like have no idea what the fuck is going on. All I know is I'm on a road, so I start jogging down this road. I'm jogging down this road. All of a sudden, I hear something behind me, like feet. And I look back, dude, and there's like wolves and coyotes and fucking all kinds of shit behind me. So I take off running in fear of my life, freaking out. Running, man, running, fall down, get up, run, fall down, get up, run. Made it all the way back to the truck. I get in the truck, dude, and it's like a tomb. I'm sitting there, I'm like, locked in this tomb, these fucking animals are all around me. Well, about then my buddies show up. Yeah. And I'm like, thank God you're here, thank God you're here. Please take me home. So we drive down this old country road, leaving Bear Lake. We drive all the way down, and I lived right beside Little Canada, which wasn't that far. It took us about probably 20 minutes to get there. And we get to my house, man, I totally lose it there. Totally lose it. Like I don't remember this part.
I've heard this story too.
Yeah, I don't remember this part. I like totally don't remember this part. But anyway, like everybody left me there because I was wilding out, breaking shit, fucking breaking everything. So anyway, they left. Anyway, I thought all of a sudden I remember this shit like it was like yesterday, dude. You ever had a fucked up trip? You remember that shit? It took a while to remember it. It took a while to remember it, but years later, dude, I remember every piece of it. So all of a sudden I felt like that I was in hell, like I was burning, like I was in hell, I was burning, my skin was burning. So I'd fucking run to the bathroom, turn on all the water and just fall down into the bathtub basically. And then the water would build up, dude. And I remember seeing my own hand grab my own head and dunk it into the water. So, dude, yeah. This shit's going on, so I jump out of the fucking water, run into the living room and think I was burning again. Run back to the bathtub, jump in, think I was drowning myself. Yeah, that shit was like, it's funny now. It wasn't real funny in my head. Dude, I was ready to fucking freak out and die. Alright, so anyway, I busted out of my fucking living room and ran down the parking lot. Well, unfortunately, they had a pen that had about eight chows. They had a big ass penned-in yard with like 8 chows in it, right beside the road that you come up to come there. Dude, I got down there and they started barking at me. And I thought, oh my God, I took off running. There's like fucking dogs. I could feel them nipping my leg and shit. Bam! Ran right into the neighbor's fucking front door. I don't know how I didn't knock that so much through. It was a metal steel door. I thought it was my door, but it was my neighbor's door. So then I fucking got off of that, and then there was no more animals and shit there. I was like, what the fuck? So I started freaking out. I went back in the house, did the same shit. I was in hell. I go to fucking drown myself. Well, the end result was the next thing I knew, I was riding down the road in the ambulance with strapped down. And this doctor was looking at me like, dude, you'll be okay, you'll be okay. And I was like, it immediately hit me as like in a calm. I was like, all right, I'll be all right. Go to the hospital or whatever. You know, all right, so then they laid me down in the hospital bed. And I lay there, and man, I'm like seeing, like, I mean, I can't even explain it, dude. It was like seeing, I don't even know. I mean, there's no way to explain it unless you've been there. And it was like, okay, so anyway, the fucking curtains open up, and it's my mother. I'm staring at the curtains, and they're doing this shit. And all of a sudden, it's my mom. And she's like, cussing my friends out for taking me to the hospital. She's like, he's just tripping out. Y'all should have never took him to the hospital. Blah, 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 blah. So, like, I get home.
You're tripping at the hospital?
Dude, this is after I demonstrate. Well, it turns out, well, that comes later in the fucking story. Anyway, I go home, my mom's house, like 3 days later, I didn't sleep. 3 days later, I don't even know what kind of drugs this was, because I was a seasoned LSD eating motherfucker. I mean, 1,000 times. Alright, so this shit, like 2 days later, dude, I'm standing there and my mom's looking at me and she goes, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was standing there pouring me a glass of milk and I was like, nothing. And she said, look down. And I looked down, I'm just pouring milk straight in the floor. And I was like, what? Oh my God. So then I'd go lay in the bed and it would all be good as long as I was had my eyes open and I was looking in different spots like this. But as soon as I'd stop and look at something for more than about 2 or 3 seconds, shit would be like, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, man. I'd have to, so I couldn't sleep because every time I'd try to relax to sleep, this world would just explode in front of him. This shit went on for like 5 days. Finally, I went to sleep, and all my friends at this point, the rumors had done run rampant that I was crazy as hell. My brain was fried. I'll never be, Josh will never be the same. I mean, this shit had ran rampant. So I went to my house, dude. After that, I went in there. I had knocked the entire steel door off. So it was like on there temporarily. I would go back to look at my shit that was mine in Steve's apartment. I fucking pushed the door open and walk in there. It was all flooded with like 3 or 4 inches of water. Like everything in there. I tore the fucking Christmas tree all to pieces. Really? How do you tear a Christmas tree into little fucking pieces?
I ate a 10.
LSD.
Dude, I swear to God.
LSD.
We had that old school 2x4 furniture. That shit was broken. I was like, if I tried to break that right now, I wouldn't even know how to.
I woke up and
You on some PCP?
I was like Man, I was bruised and cut and beat all to. Oh, I didn't even tell this part. When I fucking showed up in the ambulance, I had my old lady's shirt on. It had one button pulled tight. She was a little bitty
Your
chick.
titties.
Dude, I had one button like this with my old lady's shirt on. Had one shoe on, no shoe or sock on the other foot. That's why my friends fucking called the ambulance because they couldn't stop me. They were like, we had to call the ambulance because we didn't know what to do. I gotta get some backup for that story because all that shit's true. The fucked up, I remember that totally as a good one, is waking up with that